effort, they were able to figure out reduction of fire department staffing is important, right? Reduction of police department, delays in libraries, and identified key proposals. All this information is available online. It is just a brief summary for you to give an idea, abstract idea about how people are using innovation games to derive a particular goal or a value. Yes? What we did, last case study is at Valtech, right? And I want to present this to you. How many people have used Speedboat? Yeah? For retrospectives? Yeah? Alright, so here's what we did at Valtech, right? Valtech was going through a merger from past 1 year, right? And as you guys know, merger has different scenarios. There's a lot of people issues and strategy issues, so on and so forth. HR came up to us and said, you know what, there is a lot of discomfort between these two units. We want to make them as one unit. And what's important for us is we want to have these open door sessions. And we've tried this, it's not working, can we innovate, right? So as you guys can see, we use Speedboat, which is a quite a common innovation game, which is mostly used for retrospectives, to do these sessions. What we did is we conducted 23 sessions over a period of 2 months, right? And the result of that, 394 employees were addressed and 195 issues were raised. So you can imagine like how people have been proactive in bringing out their thoughts, and since it's posted based, it's anonymous, so on and so forth, right? 166 closed during the 2 months itself, right? Because we made a rule that each time we have the session, we will get the management in the door, in the house, right? So that they can solve the problems, directly talk to people, right? No inhibitions using post-its, more open communication, higher level of interaction, transparency between management and employee, and most important, catalyze smooth transition, right? Finally, that brings me to the final part of my presentation today, right? Which is the other innovation games that you can explore. Please go to innovation.com site. There are a lot of games available, right? And these are really, really fun games, but at the same time, they drive you to a business value. Please remember that these are not team-based. These are more for business innovation, right? Some references, lot of good material online, honestly, on these. And any feedback, please catch me once I'm off the stage, and any questions you have. I think because of the lack of time, I won't be able to take questions directly. After the session, please catch me if you have any questions, and I can talk through it. And hoping that this session was like a break for you, because kind of a workshop type, and I hope that you guys have understood the value of being creative in the right space, right? And hoping that you guys will keep the spirit of Agile alive through innovation games. I would like to end my note. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nadeem. In fact, it was really interactive and a lot of fun as well. I would like to call upon onto the stage Mr. Priyank as well. Priyank, may I have you onto the stage? Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for this young and talented guys who's going to take forward a lot of things. I request Mrs. Suma to kindly honor them with a small token of respect for they delivering such wonderful thought process in midst of us. Ladies and gentlemen, bring your hands together for Nadeem. Thank you so much. Okay, all right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before we step into the springboard, in fact, Dr. Nandakumar couldn't join us because he's got some urgent surgery in his hospital. So it's pretty important, that's why he couldn't join us. But then we have somebody more interesting, even probably on similar lines, little interesting, but from a different background altogether. In the meanwhile, I thought I'll do one more filler with your permission. Yes? 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 How many of you talk Hindi? Can I see hands up in the air? So would you want me to stipulate only to English itself, making you feel happy, or you permit me to get it into Hindi as well? Any language? Kannada? Okay, all right. So let's do this. I have a small tongue twister. You just got to repeat this, though we don't have any kind of kids around. You need to read this continuously non-stop 10 times. It's in English itself, and I have one in Hindi if you want to try it out. English one goes out like this. Big Billy had a big belly, so he bought a big bully. Okay? You need to repeat this continuously non-stop 10 times. No writing down, madam. I know you were copying a lot during your exams and all. Okay, you can write it down. Let's see how you do it. Big Billy had a big belly, so he bought a big bully. You need to repeat this continuously non-stop 10 times. Alright? Big Billy had a big belly, so he bought a big bully. I just got a thought in mind. Somebody just opened the booklet and I was like, is he trying to search for the tongue twister in the book? Okay, before you write it, so let me hunt you. Here we go. Start. Repeat this. You can have the mic, but it will be in my hand. Big Billy had a big belly, so he bought a big bully. Continuously, non-stop, 10 times. So he bought a big bully. Very good. Let me take the book back from you now. All the best.
Big Billy had a big belly, so he bought a big bully.
Put a little more effort on your engine. Get a little agile and a little faster.
It's evening anyway. Big Billy had a big belly, so he bought a big bully. Big Belly had a big belly.
There you go, belly. You could say this once, not bad. Let's give a big round of applause to our ladies and gentlemen. Anyone who wants to try this out? Put your hand up in there, let me come to you. You'll try? Acha, I forgot to tell you the Hindi one. The Hindi one goes out like this. It's Peetal ke patile mein papita pila pila. You can try it?
पीतल के पतीले में पपीता पीला
अरे
पीला.
खाती क्या हो? पपीता ही खाती हो क्या?
पीतल के पतीले में पपीता पीला पीला. पीतल के पतीले में पपीता पीला पीला. पीतल के
पहले से सीखा हुआ है क्या?
पीतल के पतीले में.
अबे काम करो, कच्चा पापड़ पक्का पापड़ बोलो.
कच्चा पापड़ पक्का पापड़ कच्चा पापड़ पक्का पापड़ कच्चा पापड़.
Are you
पक्का
married?
पापड़.
Yes?
Yes.
All my sympathies with your husband. Okay, anyway, just पीतल के पतीले में पपीता पीला पीला continuously non-stop 10 times. Try it out.
पीतल के पतीले में पपीता पीला पीला. 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 पीतल के पतीले में पपीता पीला पीला.
पतीले में twice repeated. Okay, thank you so much for clapping when she said 6. Had you not clapped, I think she would have said it right. She was supposed to say this. How many of you want me to give the prize to her? Whoever is raising the hand, please give the gift to her. Give her a papita. Madam, you're getting a lot of gifts from a lot of people, but then this person is going to give you a pila patita. But papita. Okay, alright. Who wants to try this out? हाँ बस सब कुछ ठीक बनो. विकास जी, अरे without mic सुनाई देना चाहिए ना वहाँ पे. अच्छा, all the best.
पीतल के पपीते में
नहीं हो गया, उसीलिए टंग ट्विस्टर बोलते हैं इसको विकास जी. वैसे आप प्राइज जीत चुके ना. पीतल के पतीले में पपीता पीला पीला. अरे रुकिए ना.
पतीले में पपीता पीला पीला. पतीले में पपीता पीला पीला. पीतल के पतीले में.
थैंक यू सो मच विकास जी, आपने ट्राई किया, बहुत अच्छा लगा. सर आप ट्राई कीजिए. ऑल द बेस्ट. अरे माइक मेरे हाथ में रहेगा.
अच्छा. पीतल के पतीले में पपीता पीला पीला. पीतल के
10 बार बोलना है.
नहीं, क्वेश्चन की.
हाँ बिल्कुल सही बोले, बिल्कुल सही जवाब. हाँ अब आगे बढ़िए.
पीतल के पतीले में पपीता पीला पीला. पीतल के पतीले में पपीता पीला पीला. पीतल के पतीले में पपीता पीला पीला. पीतल के पतीले में पपीता पीला पीला.
आप दोनों एक ही घर से तो नहीं हो? कौन सा आटा खाते हैं आप?
आशीर्वाद मत.
आप भी वही खाते हैं? Okay, all right, ladies and gentlemen, a new introductory here. आशीर्वाद खाइए तो tongue twister you can tell it really fast.
पीतल के पतीले में पपीता पीला पीला. पीतल के पतीले में पपीता पीला पीला. पीतल के पपीते.
There you go out, my friend. There you go out. Okay. By the time you start clapping, now people get distracted. They just get feeling okay. I think we are done now. That's why they're all clapping. So let me conclude it. That's the way it goes out. So let me try it with you. Hindi or English? Try out. Even if you go wrong, also no problem. Everybody's loving you, so it looks like you're the hero of many. Try it out for them. Big Billy had a big belly, so he got a big belly.
Big belly.
Big Billy had a big belly, so he bought a big bully.
Big Billy had a big belly, so he bought a
Big bully.
big belly.
Okay, for you guys, he said only once. But then let's clap for it. Okay, all right. Is there somebody who can try it out in English? Mr. Richard, why don't you try it out? Yeah, Big Billy had a big belly, so he bought a big bully. You just got to repeat this continuously non-stop 10 times.
Oh, 10 times. All right. Big belly had a big belly, so he bought a big belly.
So all belly tries. Thank you so much. Okay, one last contestant, anybody? For the English one. Hindi one, I think, undoubtedly, you're the one who gets a prize. Ashirwad Atta. Sir, आपको तो prize मिल गया. आपको नहीं मिला. English one. If you give up, you'll have to do belly dance. Ready? You'll try. If you give up, if you lose out, then belly dance. Okay? Okay. Look, he's so excited. He's telling first, let him try belly dance. He's been eyeing on you since the morning. I've been watching that. Okay, all right, all the best.
Big Billy had a big belly, so he bought a big bully. Big Billy had a big belly, so he bought a big bully.
Looks like we're getting unlucky.
Big Billy had a big belly, so he bought a big bully. Big Billy had a big belly, so he bought a big bully. Big Billy had a big belly, so he bought a big bully. Big Billy had a big belly, so he bought a big bully. Big Billy had a big belly, so he bought a big bully. Big Billy had a big bully.
I give up, man. But not bad. You're the one who could say this many a time, so congratulations. Let's conclude with this. Congratulations, ma'am. You're the one who gets a chance to win a small gift from our end. This is for you. Let's give a big round of applause to her. And also, you can collect 1,000 rupees gift voucher from your husband's bank account. Yeah. And Ashirwad, number 2. This is for you. Congratulations. You can give 1,000 rupees for your wife more so that she buys more bags of Ashirwad and keeps it at home. And one finally, you. Congratulations, though you did not try it out 10 times, believe it or not, even now nobody's clapping except him. Okay. Oh, he's also liking it. Good. Good initiative. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a very good person who is a part of Taj Group, who is one among the senior management with a very impressive name. Please put your hands together. May I request you to give a huge round of applause to Mr. Valentine. Thank you so much for joining us.
Very good evening, everybody. As you said, my name is Valentine, and I've been with this company for the past 10 years. So today I would like to tell you a small story, which I would say a success story which is reigning for over a decade, and a success story which has culminated because of the integration of people and processes. You know, I'll talk about an industry which we all are very familiar with, and I work for. It's hotels. Why does anybody travel these days? Or in fact, even in the yesteryears, why did anybody travel? Anybody? Right? Pleasure? To discover new places. Nowadays we travel more because we need to work and business. You know, in the yesteryears when people traveled, they didn't have a place to stay. And someone came up with this notion in the 12th and 13th century that, you know, if I let out my room and give it to somebody who is in need of that for just a night or a day, what do I get? I get money. So people put their heads together, and then slowly this company evolved, everything evolved. And we came up with the motto of inns and motels in the 12th and 13th century. If we date back, the first one to open was in the 12th century in England. That was long time back. But then, when we talk about hotels in India, what comes to our mind was the Taj, because she was the first one to be in India at an era when no one knew about what hospitality is all about. And I'm proud to be an associate with this company for the past 10 years. If you see, the only hotel that was well known in India at that time was something by the name of Watson's, which still exists in Bombay at Esplanade House. And that hotel, mainly at that time, catered to basically all the foreigners who were around, and since the British Raj and everything was happening at the time, so they were catering to them. And one fine day, our founder, Mr. Jamshedji Tata, he happened to feel that we being in India, why not have something which will cater to everybody and we will not look down or look up to somebody. And he decided to build something which will be a unique thing in the world. So he started with this, and in 1890s it was conceptualized, and his dream was realized in the year 1903 when we opened the Taj Mahal Palace and Towers in Mumbai. It's already 109 years old now, and a chain which is so long dated. It's just there because of just two things: the processes that were put in place and the people who run this organization. What comes to mind when we talk about processes and people? In our industry, the demand of our customer, whom we cater to, is very changing. It keeps changing every minute. A person like me, if I say I like a Rogan Josh, might not be liked by somebody else who does not have the taste for spices. They might like something which is bland and not that happening. But for me, the Rogan Josh is the best, for example. So how do we, as a company, or in fact, as a player, say that I will satisfy everybody? So that's the biggest challenge that we face in our day-to-day operations. But if one has the persistence and the ability, they obviously will live up to it. When we started our hotel in 1903, we were just a single hotel. For about 20 years, we were just running by the name Taj Group. Then slowly, when the business opened, we opened up with different hotels. Today, we are globally present with 112 hotels across the world. But this did not happen just overnight. It happened slowly, and now it's there. But what happened in the past 5 years is a very big change, which was very difficult to explain to our customers and even our staff, the people who work for it, because the Taj did not remain the Taj in eternity. The reason was, if I as a person was traveling from overseas and I landed in Bombay, I stayed with the Taj at the Taj Mahal, and I experienced something which is called the epitome of luxury. And from there, if I said, okay, I'll do an India darshan, and I'll go to various different places of India, and stay at the different hotels of Taj. From there, I go to Varkala in down south. Suddenly, I say, from the Taj Mahal to a Taj Varkala, wherever I reach, this is actually exactly a Taj. From there, I travel to a Falaknuma. Again, I come to a palace, and suddenly I say, wow, again, this is also a Taj. So, a customer who was staying with us was in a very disturbed kind of a mind frame as to what's happening with him, because not all the hotels provide the same kind of service. Not everybody was as big as the Taj Mahal or the Falaknuma. So we came into a zone where we said we need to put our heads together, because we need to see whom we are catering to and what we are catering to. So that's when we decided and we came up with this plan, and we did a brand restructuring. That's why today we have a brand restructure which has got 4 different brands. The Taj as a luxury, which encompasses something which we also call the luxury collection. These are all our 7 palace hotels that we have, which come into the luxury. Apart from that, some of the big hotels that are in our major cities. Then we had a different brand called the Vivanta. This is a young brand, just launched about 4 years back, which talks about being vivid, vivacious, vibrant. And it deals with all the different needs of a customer who's in today's world, whom we say are jet setters. So you can just walk in and you get experiences of different brands in just a Vivanta. You feel young, you feel vibrant. The atmosphere around you is very young, vis-a-vis what happens in a luxury, where you're treated as, huge noblemen, or you're like politicians or big people, where you're pampered to the core. Here, You are pampered, but in a different way. It's different vibrancy which comes into the play, which keeps you more, the feel of the whole hotel gives you a very different energy inside yourself. Then we also thought that there are other travelers who are traveling, but they don't want to spend that much. We came up with this brand called the Gateway. The name itself says it's a jet setter. You come, you live your day, and you move on. And these are basically for the young entrepreneurs who have the money, they will to travel, and they also have the time they want to spend. The difference between the Vivanta and the Gateway here stands is that they are a lot into, the difference is the cuisine that they offer. It's more on something which has got, I would say, a lot of calorie, health conscious food. And they talk a lot about their food. It's called the Gateway All Day Dining. It's GAD. It's a GAD food, which is very, very different from what we offer to our guests over here. And finally, it's like some people who want to go to smaller places where we also want our presence to be felt. We offer them the ginger brew. But if you see, all this, as I already have said, is not possible without, seeing what a customer wants and then to stratify it and put it into how we can get back to them. Like, as I said, the Rogan Josh is a story for everybody. I would like it, but somebody else would not like it. And for us to make everything a tailor-made package for each one present in this room also is a very difficult and a daunting task. And it's a challenge day by day. For example, if I'm in a hotel like a Lucknow hotel, where there's a lot of hustle bustle about politics happening, and suddenly in the morning when the hotel opens, you come to know that there has to be an outdoor catering for about 300 people to be done for the government of the state. Where do you stand? You're absolutely clueless, you don't know what to do. Because at that moment, 300 people is not a small amount, and you have to cater to the top brass of the politics which is in that state. So what do? That's where all our manpower, material, and everything comes into sync. We have grown not only as a company, but with ourselves, we have also seen the growth of all those people who are associated with us, namely our vendors. Because if we don't have a strong backhand to provide to everybody who's here, it's very difficult. And to do it at a jiffy for about 300 people, it's a very daunting task, which for us becomes very seamless because we do it day in, day out. So I would always say that, a success story is not just when it comes to saying being analytical or, it's just a person-centric. It's always the process which gives you the goal. And it's always the people who will drive you towards that goal. If any of y'all would like to know something more about the Taj, or in fact the hospitality as it has evolved over the years, you're free to ask me anything. Yes?
There is one Taj Kutiram in Valtech. Does that actually relate to the Taj?
Yes, the Taj Kutiram is a small part of us, and it is basically it's a getaway from the hustle bustle of the city. It used to be a dance academy, which has been given to us to run, and we do a good business over the weekends over there because people want to get away. So Kutiram was doing quite a good business till the time we opened a resort in Baker, which is just a driving distance from here. So it's God's own secret in God's own country there. Anybody? Sir?
What is this rebranding from?